24% profit overnight. Bitcoin and the market is finally looking bullish, and we're going to take a look at the next basket of big profit potentials. Hello, welcome to BigWick Energy, a 100% automated copy trading bot fully managed by the BlockParty trading team. It's exclusively available on Mizar, and if you want to get access, just head on over to mizar.ai, check out the marketplace, and we're right there. If you want a truly set and forget experience with automated trading, then this is for you. There is no monthly subscription. We only get paid if we win. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us grow and bring you more awesome content. Enough yapping. Let's get into those trades. So let's get started with the King Crypto, BTC. Obviously, we want to know what Bitcoin is doing before we start diving into any further kind of alt analysis. And what Bitcoin is doing at the moment is pretty interesting, actually. Obviously, yesterday we were expecting some pretty bearish news. However, it was 75 basis points, which in turn ended up being incredibly bullish. And as you can see, that the market was reflected there, and people went absolutely FOMO crazy into Bitcoin, and it pumped about 8% in total before we met a bit of resistance at the 50 DEMA. And took us into today, which saw a bit of consolidation, and I think there was a little bit more uncertainty around today's announcement. And as it happens, the announcement came out today, which was minus 0.9% on the GDP, which is the second negative quarter in a row. Traditionally, it was a recession, but the White House has adjusted those definitions ever so slightly, moving it to 3 quarters, I believe. And so technically, it's not a recession, although traditionally it is a recession. So either way, we did actually see a very quick flash dump from that one, although people didn't seem too concerned and bought straight away. So we could see some serious FOMO going on. We have like one more day left of all of these FOMC Fed meetings, if you will, and earnings reports, etc. We've seen some absolute tragic earnings reports from various companies, which is not ideal. Like when these kind of things affect confidence in like the S&P, etc., and certainly within the tech stocks, it does somewhat affect Bitcoin usually, or it has done over the past few months, to be honest, in regards to correlation. But for the most part, Bitcoin seems to be doing its own thing at the moment. As you can see here, we broke out of this this bullish flag, which is, as far as technical analysis goes, this is absolutely spot on. So I am expecting us to probably track down potentially over the weekend, I'd say. We might see some relative consolidation over the next 48 hours. However, we could equally just see a massive takeoff straight up to around about 24,700, which is the top of this longer term range. But most realistically, I am kind of foreseeing a bit of a retrace down to about this target area here, which is the top side of this shorter range, just so it kind of stays within this, gets a bit more kind of bullish volume coming into there, a few more buyers who might have missed out during this FOMO pump. And realistically, as a trader, you'd want to be buying on this retest here, as we have broken out this longer term, but this more localized resistance here. So, this is looking pretty damn bullish, I'm not going to lie. So, for that reason, what I have done, as I said I was going to do yesterday, is reduce a bit of exposure and not get too caught up in this FOMO pump, and use it as an opportunity to get out of some assets. And like I said, just reduce exposure, get it a little bit more under control, round to about 18 trades out of 30 trades, which I want to be operating in the portfolio at the moment, which is nice. We had a 23.5% collective profit overnight. So I'll take that. And I had an opportunity to open about 5 new trades as well, all with down tokens. And we all opened around about this region here. So it'll be kind of perfect if we do just dump down a little bit to around about this target area. And we can close out those trades on around about 9% each, and hopefully curate around about 45% profit on that one with little to no stress. And I think we'll reload our longs around about this area here if it does come back down. I'm not going to FOMO in, to be honest, if it stays in this region, because I do feel as though it's going to come down. But for the most part, let's take a look at this on the longer term. This is what Bitcoin's looking like on the logarithmic, on the BlockParty Labs growth curve at the moment, which is it's a custom bespoke indicator, which is pretty cool. We'll be releasing it soon. But it gives you a really good idea of just how long the price stays within these lower bands. And we are tracking right in this place here. We've got a pi cycle bottom, the floor model saying the bottom, and we're also, in this very, very low percentile here. So I'm fully expecting maybe I'd love to see 130k in the next year or so, or certainly before the next halving. That'd be lovely. I don't think we will. Right now, I'd be just happy to see 30k again. Although I think there might be a little bit more pain before we go up still. But just don't FOMO into anything too hard at the moment. So let's get into those live trades. And the first one is a newbie on the block, and this is the ADA down token. I took trades on all of the down tokens, which there are 6 of, and it has filled 1 SO so far, and we're just currently at break even. So we've got an extended target there of 9%, which is 3% in actual movement terms, but it works at a 3x. This is, like I said, I'm using all of these tokens based on a hedge, and this is based on BTC movement. They're all high cap tokens as well, so they will move in the direction Bitcoin moves. And since we, on an actual TA basis, we've got like 3 little taps down here on the bottom of this trend, or support, should I say. So I think we're going to quite easily head up to this region pretty much in the next 24 to 48 hours. And then BNB as well. This is my only slight concern because BNB is so well supported. But do I expect to see it drop a little bit? Yeah, absolutely. We've got a 9% target on there as well, as we do with Bitcoin. We established that we're probably going to be seeing a little bit more downward movement with Bitcoin, hopefully on this retrace over the next 24 hours. And that is well within my 3% range, or 9% here. So I think we're going to hit that. COTI, I've actually yesterday extended the target on, as we are not far. I thought the proposed hard fork was over there for some reason. Yep, so I just think as soon as this sees any bullish pressure, it's going to absolutely take off. You just look how much this responded well to that bit of bullish pressure. A 17% pump straight up from there. So I think it's going to get a little bit of fuel around this area, maybe drop a little bit, and then I do think this is going to spike pretty hard. So going to big 30% on that one. No change to Doge from yesterday. We haven't filled any safety orders, but again, we have regained a lot of ground on this recent Bitcoin pump. So pretty much back to break even on more or less most assets. Ethereum down, again, similar kind of basis to the other down tokens, expecting that retrace on Bitcoin, which should take all of these to the take profit of around about 9%. Again, going for around about 45% overnight. I'm not actually going to be planning on closing out any longs earlier on. I am going to be looking at reopening a lot of these prospective trades just here at the bottom of the retrace. So when Bitcoin gets to the top of that range on the retest, that's when I'll probably be dropping, ADA, BNB, DCR, ICP, Matic, MKR, Neo, Quantum, and XEC. Quantum's just had some awesome news drop as well. Matic has always got some awesome news dropping. Cardano, again, we're on the cusp of the release for the Vasily hard fork. I know they say, sell the news and everything, or buy the rumors, sell the news, but I think that's somewhat bullshit sometimes. So Cardano is just a great project. So I think it's going to fly. And these are my prospective tokens that I'm going to be taking on. Gala, GMT, HNT, all no change as well. What else have we got? Mana and Sand are metaverse tokens. As I said before, these things come back with serious oomph, and this is pumped 15% since yesterday, or since today actually. And again, Sand as well, done incredibly well. TRX is still a thorn in my side. That's dropped down, so we're currently 16% below targets. That actually got within about 8%, and even less than that. Look at that. That got within about 2% of closing, which I would have closed immediately. But unfortunately, Bitcoin decides to do its thing and pump out of the blue. The trades that we did close last night were MKR, ICP, XEC, Neo, and DCR. Neo was the top earner at 9%. Which was a nice little win to check out. XRP, just want a quick mention on that one. They had an awesome win today. Basically, XRP holders are now allowed to get involved in the whole case versus the SEC, which means the SEC is taking on such a massive body of people instead of just Ripple now. And usually in these kind of like circumstances, when it's against the people, when it's against such a large volume of people as well, judges will tend to favor with the people, with the masses. So we could be seeing a resolution to this one pretty soon. And trust me when I say, if it is a positive resolution, you really want to be on the long side of XRP, because it's going to get relisted on, major exchanges. That whole confidence and sentiment shift is going to go straight back into XRP. Institutions are going to go straight back into XRP, and just immediately by default, there's going to be so much volume going into it. So XRP, it's one of my 6 big holdings, for obvious reasons. Like I said, I believe that right now a lot of the bearish sentiment's been dialed in. Of course, it went down with the rest of the market. That's no brainer. That's just volume leaving the market. But I don't think there's going to be any extra bearish pressure hitting XRP anytime soon. So it's a bit of a win-win scenario, in my opinion. Don't quote me on that. Obviously, this is not financial advice. And then lastly, ZEC. This had an amazing recovery, one of the best recoveries out of them all, actually. Almost 20% straight back up to break even from where it was. I'm so sad it didn't fill my SO2. I should have maybe been a bit more diligent with raising the SO2 to this suggested, to this little support zone up here. It played out that bat perfectly, which we had a look at yesterday. And, this realistically should be tracking up to around about, come on, measuring tool, around about $65.50. I do have a longer term setup on this one, so I'm in no hurry to close it early. But with like a lot of trades, if I do feel there's a retrace coming, I will always close and reopen a bit lower, just to get a better and sharper position on it all. That concludes all of our BlockParty trading portfolio, and also the Big Wick Energy, what it's doing at the moment. So as a bit of a recap on that one, I'm hoping going to wait for Bitcoin to retrace a little bit, close out those short tokens, and then open a bunch of longs, all which are kind of listed down here, and then ride it up to around about $24,700. And then see where we go from there. That's where we might see a bit of a heavy retrace, and at which point then we'll get those short tokens open again. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. It helps us give you and deliver more of this awesome content. Till next time, guys.